Hey Internet, Eric here. Recently I've been thinking to myself, man, I used to really like it when people would tag me in videos. I always think YouTube tag videos are fun to do, and I haven't been tagged in one in a long time. Lo and behold, while I was thinking that, within the next week, I was tagged in this one. I was tagged by a subscriber of mine who I've just started watching her videos. Lisa Loves. Link will be down in the description below. I've only seen a few of her videos, but so far what I've seen I've really liked. She's done this tag. She's shown off her horror movie collection. She's got a really cool personality, and she does more than just that on her channel. I've only watched the horror related stuff so far, but give her a sub, or at least check out her channel if you like what you see. Give her a sub, check out her videos, and tell her I sent you. So she was tagged in this by someone who I don't remember, but this was initially started by Horror Fiend Reviews, and his only request was that you put hashtag Horror Fiend Reviews in this title, I guess. So I'm going to do my response, and I hadn't known that Lisa had tagged me until I watched this, and she put it down below. So I'm glad I checked out that video and got tagged. So thank you, Lisa, for doing this, and I hope you like my responses. So, number one, what is your first memory of watching a horror movie? I didn't get into horror. I got into horror movies young, elementary school age. We'll say 4th grade. Before that, I didn't want to watch horror movies. I don't know what it was. Maybe I think it might have been because my mom used to have a lot of those horror-themed paperbacks all over the house, just the creepy fucking covers. When I was a kid, so 80s. I remember going to video stores and just seeing the creepy box art on the VHS boxes. Like Deadly Spawn, which I don't know what it was about that cover. I mean, now you look at it, they're like fucking penises with teeth. But maybe that's why I was so fucking scared. That was a creepy-ass cover. I always remember, whenever I think of horror movie, like popular, that I know, like Freddy and Jason, Michael Myers, and none of that stuff. When I think of like a lesser-known horror cover, VHS cover, it's Bad Dreams. It's black and white. It's this girl looking terrified. Her mouth is covered by this burnt demon-looking hand. She's looking terrified, and it's just creepy and scary. And I recently saw Bad Dreams, and it sucked. But still, that image always stuck with me. There's been instances when I remember seeing clips, at a young age and didn't know what it was at the time. Like, I remember being at a friend's house for a slumber party, and we were flipping through the channels, and here comes Jason at the end of part 1, grabbing Alice and pulling her down into the lake. And my parents watching some stupid-ass vampire movie where they're chasing the male lead, and he's running away in his boxer shorts. It wasn't until years later I realized it was Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. But my first memory of seeing a horror movie from beginning to end, probably The Exorcist. And my mom, I've said it many times, my mom's the one that got me into horror. And, she got me into horror, and she recorded, back when USA used to do their Up All Night, with Gilbert Gottfried and Rhonda Shear, they would have this host these horror movies on Saturday nights. And Friday nights or Saturday nights, one of the two. She recorded The Exorcist, and she had me watch it. She thought I would really enjoy it. And it was edited, so none of the bad stuff was in there. I sat and I watched it in awe. I'm like, and remember, I'm in like 3rd or 4th grade, and it's a slow build-up, but it kept me interested with the music and just like what's going to happen, just, like what could happen. Like when the mom is walking through the attic and the candles just light like that. Again, the music, and then when the shit hit the fan, when Reagan is fully possessed and her face is all nasty, and the puke scene, and then the intense scene at the end with the 2 priests, and then when one dies, and the power of Christ compels you, and him saving her and throwing himself out the fucking window. Fantastic movie. And then years later, I finally read the book, and then I saw the movie uncut, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I missed a lot. So I'm going to say probably first memory of seeing a horror movie from beginning to end is The Exorcist that my mom recorded off of USA. Alright, we have name your favorite horror movie kill. It's going to be tough because there's a lot, and I've seen a lot over the years. Off the top of my head, Dawn of the Dead, when the man is being attacked. Spoilers for everything. The man's being attacked, and he's laying on the ground, and they literally rip him in half, and they're eating his guts, and he's screaming and yelling and saying, choke on him, and fantastic, practical, disgusting effects. Hatchet. Victor Crowley's already killed the older man with the hatchet, hacking him down the side like that. He chases her wife. Victor Crowley chases her wife, and he grabs her, puts one hand here, puts another hand here, and like a Venus, not a Venus, but a bear trap, pulls apart, and you see her face just rip and hang, and the tongue and the blood and everything. Beautiful. A lot of people, I watched some of these tag videos, a lot of people pick the Friday the 13th series, the Kevin Bacon arrow through the neck, or the sleeping bag kill from part 7. I'm going to go with, we'll go Jason, but I'm going to go Jason X, no matter what you think or what I think of the film. When the scientist character, when Adrian her face is thrown into the liquid nitrogen, you see it freeze on screen, and he pulls her up, and then Jason smashes her face on the table. You see her face just shatter in, ice and red and wonderful. And then he picks her up, and you see her face just there, half of it that's left over, and then he just tosses her aside. Wonderful. And then we have the unrated version of Jason Goes to Hell. Two campers are fucking in a tent, and it's a graphic sex scene. You see the underwear being taken off, and it's full of nudity and bumping and grinding and grunts and groans. And right as they roll over, the guy's laying down, the girl's riding on top. She's right about to orgasm, and then she gets impaled with a spike, and it shoots. You get this wonderful camera shot where it pops out. You're behind the girl, and it pops out, and you see it pointing towards the guy, blood shooting on her, or shooting on him. She's coughing up blood, and then you see the spike go up, and she's split in half. Full frontal shot of her coming in half, and then you get a shot from behind her, panned up on the guy's face, and you see half of her shoulder, the blood shooting out on the insides of it. His face is just being sprayed with the blood. Beautiful. That whole movie is fantastic gore scenes. And then we'll go off the top of my head, one last one, Pet Sematary. Not because of how graphic it really is, but how it'll make you wince. It's when Judd is killed by Gage, and he's crouching down on the ground, and just Gage is hiding under the bed, and he takes that scalpel and he slices the Achilles tendon, and then he slices Judd across the mouth and then rips his throat out. The throat ripping scene is kind of but the slice across the mouth and then that Achilles tendon scene, fuck. So, Day of the Dead, Hatchet, Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, Pet Sematary. Recite your favorite horror movie quote. I remembered being tagged with this question, so I had to go to IMDb because I don't want to fuck this quote up. There's so many good quotes, like sometimes dead is better from Pet Sematary. Candyman, Be My Victim. Clive Barker's great with dialogue. But this is also from a Clive Barker character. It's from Hellbound Hellraiser 2. And Julia, who is she's one of the main victims in part 1 and part 2, she's saying this to her stepdaughter Kirsty. And it's such an intense scene, the way it's shot with the lights and like the wind and everything. And Julia's saying this to Kirsty. Kirsty, you have surprisingly good taste in men. They didn't tell you, did they? They've changed the rules of the fairy tale. I'm no longer just the wicked stepmother. Now I'm the evil king. Fuck, I fucked that up. Try again. Kirsty, you have surprisingly good taste in men. They didn't tell you, did they? They've changed the rules of the fairy tale. I'm no longer just the wicked stepmother. Now, I'm the evil queen. So come on, take your best shot, Snow White. I just the way the line delivery in that intense scene, the calling her Snow White because she's the wicked stepmother and who's now become even more evil, fantastic. Absolutely love it. I love it so much I have it in my quote section of my Facebook page. Probably my favorite quote of all time. Fantastic. Um, let's see here. Next question is, what's a horror movie that you love that everyone seems to hate? I'll pick two. If you're new to my channel, I have a playlist here called You Hate It, I Don't. And it's not just horror related. It's where I take a film where I feel like I'm the only one that enjoys a horror movie. Not a horror movie. Movie in general. And I do my best to defend it. Like, I've done non-horror related. I've done Howard the Duck and Super Mario Brothers. Horror movie related, I've done Nightmare on Elm Street 5 and Friday the 13th 5, Leprechaun. But probably my favorite movie that's in that playlist is Jason Goes to Hell, Final Friday. If you want more detail, go check out that video, but it's a new take on the series. You know, the series has gotten stale. It's the same thing for 8 fucking films. This one kicks it in the ass. We got body jumping with demons, action sequences. Like, he breaks into a police station. He's bashing heads together. I don't care that it's him possessing another person's body, but he's bashing heads together and breaking noses. And, you know, people being impaled. There's an action sequence in a diner with people being shot with shotguns and impaled with stuff and head crushing. The gore is fantastic. Everyone coughs up blood. Faces being smashed. Likable characters. Nods to other horror movies. Love it. It's probably the one I have the most fun with when it comes to that series. And then one that's not on it yet will be Uwe Boll's House of the Dead. I love that man so much. I love his movies because they're so fun. I love him in general, just his attitude. House of the Dead is just so much fun. I love it. Zombie movie. Kids are stuck on a deserted island, based off of a video game, like most of his movies. Cheesy acting, cheesy special effects, cheesy backstory, fun. The gore is sometimes bad. The gore is sometimes good. We got hammy acting by Clint Howard. Action sequences like crazy. So much fun. So I'm going with Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday, especially the unrated version, and then House of the Dead. Let's see here. Now, when Lisa did this one, I think she messed up the question. So I'm going to read it how Horror Fiend did it. Would you rather watch your all-time favorite horror movie every day for the rest of your life, or meet your horror movie idol, alive or dead, for 15 minutes? And like everybody answered, I'm going to pick the horror movie idol. If I watch my favorite horror movie for every day for the rest of my life, I grow sick of it. I get tired of it. It's like all those fucking Marvel movies that are coming out, or superhero movies in general. Every fucking 2 or 3 months we have one, and you get sick of it. It's overkill. You can like them, but it's too much all the time. So I'm going to pick my favorite horror idol. Dead or alive? Dead. I'd probably pick Wes Craven. I just love the way that man seemed in interviews. He seemed like a really cool, down-to-earth guy. Smart as hell. Creative. He's made a lot of my favorite horror movies, not just Nightmare on Elm Street or New Nightmare, but Shocker is fun as hell. Love The People Under the Stairs. I remember really enjoying Serpent in the Rainbow. And even lesser known ones like Red Eye was really good. So, Dead, Wes Craven. Alive, hands down, Tom Savini. Love practical effects. Always loved practical effects. And he is still known as the god of gore. You know, I have 2 of his books, the Grand Illusion books. He seems cool as hell in interviews. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. He's done, Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 4. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen clips of Maniac. He's done so much more. And then seen him as an actor. From Dusk Till Dawn, Planet Terror, Machete. He's cool when he pops up everywhere. So, Dead, Wes Craven. Alive, Tom Savini. I think I'm on the last question. Yep. Tell me a horror movie that you think I should check out. So I'm going to recommend a horror movie to you viewers. I've done reviews on these two already, but Pet Sematary, my favorite movie, not my favorite movie, my favorite horror movie of all time. Watch it in the dark. Like, I can't watch it with my wife at home because she's so terrified of it. I'm not allowed to watch it when she's at home. Watch it in the dark, and by yourself or with a group of family kids in a old house like I live in. Just the undertones, the creepiness factor, the music, the performances creeps me out to this day. Poltergeist, same thing. Not as much as Pet Sematary, but the creepiness factor, the imagery, all that stuff. So I'm going to pick those two, Pet Sematary and Poltergeist. And then I'm also going to pick one just for its notoriety of being so bad. Because it's got a cult following. It's known as the best, worst movie of all time. I've seen worse than this. I'm going to say Troll 2. Because you got to see it to believe it. A sequel to Troll, which has nothing to do with Troll. The trolls are actually goblins. A lot of, the family moves into this weird town. They're attacked by these goblins, and they defeat them by eating a double-decker bologna sandwich. That's all I'm going to say. Has to be seen to be believed. And if you're into horror, you should at least know its notoriety and see what the hell I'm talking about. So, recommending movies you got to see: Pet Sematary, Poltergeist, and Troll 2. And that's the last of the questions. So I'm going to thank Lisa Loves for tagging me. Thank Horror Fiend Reviews for creating this tag. And I'm going to tag a few other people. Because some of I just want to see your thoughts. I'm going to tag my buddy Roger over at Channel Dawnstar. I'm going to put all these people's links below as well. Tag my buddy Roger. His movie knowledge is fantastic. And I would love to see, Roger, I'd love to see what you think here. Because you've seen a lot more movies than me, man. You give me so much shit for some of the classics I haven't seen. I would like to see your picks. I'm going to pick my buddy Jay Wilkins. He's a subscriber. I like Jay Wilkins. I like him because he just seems like a cool fucking dude. Real nice guy. He's got skits on his channel. He's got random movie reviews. Like him a lot. Maybe this will help your channel, get you some new subscribers. Jay Wilkins, you're going to be in this. And then I'm going to tag my buddy Jay from JVTV. Because Jay's not for everybody. He's in that not safe for work category. And I know, Jay, I know you love horror, dude. And Steel Magnolias. But, I know your favorite genre is horror films. I would love to see your answers to these. And if you're bored enough, you guys don't have to tag anyone if you don't want to. I don't care. I just want to see your responses. Jay, I know you don't really know that many people on YouTube, so if you want to tag somebody, make Stevie or Peaches do it. I'd like to see what their responses are, if they like horror. I don't know. But I'm going to tag Channel Dawnstar, Jay Wilkins, and Jay. Their links will be below, like I said. And that's it. Alright. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out everybody's channel that's in the description below. Click the bell so you get notification or something. Like, subscribe, comment. Don't care. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.